Sometimes the hardest truth to face is not that someone cheated. It's that we missed the signs. We loved with all our hearts, gave our time, energy, and soul, only to be blindsided by betrayal. And the worst part, the silence. The hidden cracks beneath the surface that we either ignored or convinced ourselves didn't matter. For every man out there feeling lost, confused, or broken because the woman he trusted slipped away, this message is for you. Cheating isn't just about a physical act. It's a quiet unraveling of trust, a slow fade of connection, and a series of warning signs screaming to be heard. If only we were paying attention. Emotional distance, shifting priorities, sudden secrets, these aren't coincidences. They are the cracks in the foundation. But recognizing these signs is not about blame. It's about reclaiming your power, your dignity, and your ability to protect your heart moving forward. If you're tired of feeling like the fool, the last to know, or like love is just something that happens to you, then stay close, because today we're going to peel back the layers and uncover the signs a woman who cheats always leaves behind. This is your wake-up call, your chance to see clearly, and the first step toward healing and building something real, something unbreakable. One of the first and most painful signs that something is wrong is the silence. Not the comforting, peaceful kind of silence between two people who understand each other, but the heavy, empty silence that fills the spaces where words and connection used to live. When a woman begins to cheat, the way she communicates changes. It's subtle at first, almost unnoticeable, but if you pay attention, you'll see the cracks forming. Remember those long talks where she used to share everything? Her dreams, her fears, her frustrations. Maybe you used to talk about the future, your plans, your feelings. But slowly, those conversations start to dry up. She becomes quieter, less open. You might find yourself trying to spark a conversation, but the responses are short, distracted, or distant. There's no laughter, no warmth, just a hollow echo where closeness used to be. This silence is not accidental. It's a signal. When trust starts to slip away, so does emotional intimacy. She's withdrawing, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. It's like she's building a wall, keeping you out of parts of her life and heart. Maybe she's confused. Maybe she's ashamed. Or maybe she's already given part of herself to someone else and doesn't want you to know. Whatever the reason, that silence is a warning sign. A red flag waving quietly but clearly. For many men, this shift is the hardest to recognize, because love makes us hopeful. We want to believe that the quiet means she's stressed, tired, or just going through a phase. So we make excuses. But the truth is, when communication disappears, it's rarely just about external stress. It's about something deeper. A fracture in the foundation of your relationship. You deserve someone who wants to talk to you, who chooses to share their life with you, even when things get tough. Communication is the lifeblood of connection. When it fades, so does the relationship's strength. Don't ignore the silence. Listen closely. Your heart already knows what your mind may not want to admit yet. When a woman starts to cheat, you don't just lose her words. You start to lose her openness, her vulnerability. Instead of sharing, she begins to build walls around her heart. And the first bricks in those walls often come in the form of defensiveness and avoidance. What was once easy conversation becomes a minefield. Simple questions about her day, her feelings, or your relationship trigger sharp, guarded responses. You ask and she shuts down or snaps back. It's confusing and painful, but it's a clear sign something is off. This defensiveness isn't about you. It's about the guilt, fear, or shame she carries inside, emotions she may not even fully understand. When you ask, she feels cornered, like she's being judged or caught. So instead of opening up, she pushes you away. She avoids eye contact, changes the subject quickly, or even walks out of conversations. You feel like you're chasing someone who's running further and further away. Avoidance is the silent partner of defensiveness. It might look like her being busy, all the time, canceling plans last minute, or refusing to talk about anything serious. Sometimes she might get defensive just to keep you from getting too close. It's a way to protect herself. But in the process, she's shutting you out and breaking down the trust you once had. For you, this is heartbreaking. You're left feeling rejected, confused, and powerless. You want answers, you want honesty, but the harder you push, the more walls she builds. This is where many men get stuck, thinking if they just try harder, she'll come back. But the truth is, you can't force someone to be honest or faithful. You can only protect your own heart and recognize the signs. Defensiveness and avoidance are not just emotional distance. They are defense mechanisms masking a deeper truth. When she's defensive, she's afraid of being caught, afraid of losing control, afraid of the consequences. And when she avoids, she's already pulling away. Recognize these walls for what they are: a cry for help or a red flag waving loudly. Your emotional safety depends on paying attention to these changes. Don't ignore the coldness hidden behind sharp words or the absence behind her silence. The real question is, will you accept this, or will you choose to protect your heart and demand the respect you deserve? One of the most painful signs that a woman is cheating or emotionally checked out is when your place in her life begins to shift. When she was truly invested, you were the center of her world, the person she thought about, made time for, and included in her plans. But when cheating sneaks in, something changes. Suddenly, you're no longer the priority. You're somewhere on the sidelines, watching her attention drift away, and it hurts more than words can say. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual, subtle, but unmistakable if you look closely. She starts spending more time away from you, out late, busy with friends you don't know, or glued to her phone with new conversations you aren't part of. Invitations become less frequent, and your shared plans are pushed aside or canceled with vague excuses. She might say she's just tired or busy with work, but deep down you sense the distance growing when your importance in her life decreases. It's not just about time, it's about emotional energy. She stops asking about your day, your feelings, or your dreams. The we in your relationship becomes an I, and suddenly, you're left feeling like a guest in your own partnership, an outsider trying to hold on to something slipping through your fingers. For any man who values emotional connection and respect, this is a devastating feeling. Because you gave your love, your time, your loyalty, and yet she's investing somewhere else. That's a painful reality to face, but it's one you need to acknowledge. It's not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of where her heart truly lies. Recognizing this shift in priorities is crucial. It's a wake-up call to the truth many try to avoid. You deserve to be the man who is valued, cherished, and prioritized. If she's giving her time and attention elsewhere, you must ask yourself, is this the love I want? Is this the respect I deserve? Don't settle for being second choice when you notice your place fading in her life. It's time to protect your heart and demand the kind of love that holds you close, not pushes you away. Emotional distance is one of those signs that can break your heart slowly, day by day, until you hardly recognize the woman you once loved. It's not always loud or obvious. It doesn't always show up as anger or fights. Sometimes it's the quiet absence of feeling, the numbness in her voice, the way she no longer reaches for you, not physically, not emotionally. When a woman cheats, part of her heart drifts away before her body does. You might still see her, talk to her, even share space, but the connection you built together begins to fade. That spark, that warmth, that vulnerability disappears. It's replaced by a coldness you can almost feel in the air. Like a winter chill in the middle of summer. You're sitting next to someone who's no longer really there, emotionally speaking. She stops sharing her inner world with you. The hopes, fears, frustrations, and dreams that once created intimacy. The laughter becomes rare, the shared moments become routine or awkward. She may still be physically present, but her heart isn't. This kind of emotional distance is devastating because it's invisible to many men until it's too late. You feel it in your gut, in the way conversations dry up, or when she no longer seems interested in your life or your feelings. For men who crave deep emotional connection, this distance feels like rejection. It's confusing because she might not say anything is wrong. Instead, she just drifts away, and you're left wondering where the woman you loved disappeared to, and why you're suddenly alone in the relationship. This coldness isn't just about cheating. It's about a loss of intimacy, a shift in how much she values you and the relationship. It's a silent heartbreak that she may be trying to avoid facing herself. But here's the truth: emotional distance is a sign. A painful, honest signal that something needs to change. If you find yourself sitting beside someone who's emotionally gone, it's time to wake up and take care of your heart. Don't settle for a love that feels like a ghost. You deserve warmth, presence, and a woman whose heart is fully with you. One of the most telling signs a woman is cheating isn't just what she says or doesn't say. It's what she hides. Secretive behavior starts creeping into your relationship, quietly but powerfully eroding the trust and transparency you once shared. When a woman begins to cheat, suddenly the things that were once open become guarded. Her phone, once left casually on the table, now becomes a locked fortress. Doors that were always open begin to close, both literally and figuratively. You notice she guards her phone like it's a secret vault. Passwords change without explanation. Notifications disappear when you enter the room. She may take calls or texts in another room, or hurriedly delete messages when you're nearby. These actions speak volumes. It's not about privacy. It's about hiding something from you. And you know that deep down. It's painful because phones and digital spaces are the new windows into someone's world. When she starts shutting you out from these windows, it's a clear sign she's building walls to keep you from seeing the truth. It's like being in a relationship with a stranger wearing a mask. There's distance where there used to be openness. But secretive behavior isn't limited to technology. Maybe she suddenly locks her bedroom door or avoids you when she's on her phone. Maybe she hides receipts, lies about where she's been, or is vague about her whereabouts. These actions aren't random. They're part of a pattern of deception. For a man who values honesty and respect, this secrecy stings deeply. You begin to question everything, your judgment, your worth, even your sanity. You wonder if you're overreacting or if your gut is right. The truth is, your intuition is rarely wrong when it comes to secretive behavior. Recognize this secretiveness for what it is, a warning sign that trust is breaking down. You deserve a partner who chooses transparency, who shares her world without fear or shame. If you're noticing hidden phones, closed doors, and vague stories, it's time to face the truth. Protect your heart. Demand respect. And remember, a relationship built on secrets is a house built on sand. It won't stand for long. There's a voice inside you, quiet, persistent, sometimes drowned out by hope or denial. But it never lies. Your intuition. When a woman cheats, she may leave signs, clues, and patterns you can observe with your eyes and ears.